Now, there's an interesting dynamic when your dad is watching you from the sidelines, but was it different when you guys are actually all on the ice together? Was he hands-on, or did he let you play your game, or how was that?
I think he always let you just play your game. He would make little hints here and there, but not really tell you, how you should be playing the game. So, for a young guy, it give you confidence, and you play better the more confidence you get. So, and Gordie was like that. If you're shooting and you're missing the net all the time, he'll tell you, just follow through a little more. He says, and it works. But he notices those little things that most people wouldn't know. They'll know you're missing the net, but they don't know why. I mean, Gordie would know why.
Okay, so he's very kind of treated you like any other player a teammate he'd be playing with. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, like in our whole lives growing up, my mom and dad were always there for advice if we had questions, but very seldom did he offer unsolicited advice to us. But whenever he did, it was very well taken and tremendous knowledge. But and then actually, because I was always a forward at the time, and I was left wing, and Dad was playing right wing and center the years we were in Houston, and I think probably the first 6 weeks, I think, without knowing it, Dad was maybe trying to protect me a little bit, where instead of throwing a pass hard, he would throw it softer where it'd be easier to get. But what was happening, the puck was getting there so slow that the opponents had more time to close the gap, and I was taking a lot of hits, and I didn't say anything. But after 6 weeks, I mean, here I was, an 18-year-old kid, having to tell Gordie Howe, my father, "Hey, Dad, start passing the puck harder. You're getting me killed out here."
Oh, it's somebody's birthday? Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gordie. Happy birthday to you.
Where Dad has been special for me is he's been a role model off the ice. You couldn't really duplicate what he did on the ice, but the way he conducted himself as an individual off the ice, the time that he gave to every single fan, all the autographs, the graciousness he's shown to everybody, and just like I said, the gentlemanly person that he is. Yeah, I mean, that's the example that I watched for years and years and hours and hours and hours, and and I learned from that, and I think it's the right way to be, and so that's what I've tried to emulate more than anything, is the way he is off the ice.
Was there ever a Howe goals assisted by Howe and assisted by Howe? Was there ever? I looked, I couldn't find one, but was there?
I think the first one might have been in Quebec City, something like that, or it was against Quebec, and I can't remember who scored the goal, but it was Howe assisted by Howe and Howe. So it was because when they didn't really notice it until after they announced it. I think we were sitting on the bench, and I went, "Oh, that sounded cool."
Of all the moments in his career, is there any one particular one that stands out that's you're most proud of? Is his son?
Two moments. Dad scored his 544th goal, which tied Rocket Richard's record, and then he scored his 545th to go ahead. And I believe they were both on a Sunday. They were both against the Montreal Canadiens. They were 3 weeks apart, and I was sitting in the stands for both, and they were like 15, 20 minutes standing ovations, and I just remember sitting there. I was the only person in that building. I could say that was my dad.
Marty?
I don't know if there was a playing moment. I just like the things where when they the Red Wings gave him a car. I don't know, it was back in the 60s, I think, and that's when his mom and dad popped out of the car, and it was before the start of the game, and he broke down, briefly anyway.
Okay.
And then there's when the other time is when they did the All-Star game in Detroit when we were playing for Hartford, and the fans gave him a standing ovation and chanted "Gordie, Gordie" for it seemed like forever, but it was probably a couple, 3-4 minutes. And he didn't know what to do. You could see him skating around. He's taking his gloves off. He goes over to the trainer, comes back, and then he waved a couple times. And, you know, finally it stopped. But it was pretty amazing. It was a great moment.